If I heard the word OSS, the first word that came to my mind is SOS. Because if S come to first is SOS, and if don't get mad, we get punished, and it's like SOS. So yeah, that word came to my mind. Thanks.
When I think about OSS in one world, I would think they endure a lot because they make us to live unwillingly because they get lots of homework, but it's good for us. Also, it makes our English ability higher and higher. So I'm really thankful about it, and thank you, OSS.
When I think about OSS, I think about English because when I came here, we learned English. Thank you.
When I think of OSS, I remember my friends and the teachers because they're nice to me and I like them. Thank you.
Oh, when I think of OSS, I can remember the word sit up because we always do sit up by John because sometimes we were rude or we didn't do homework. Thank you.
When I think about OSS, I think about John teacher because he helped me so much. Thank you.
If I hear the word about OSS, I always think about book because they always remind us to read book.
When I hear word OSS, the first thing that comes to my mind is book because we always read book, and air test too because we always do that.
When I think of OSS, I think of the word named punishment because whenever we do something wrong or get in trouble or do something inappropriate, every teacher give us punishments. Yeah, thank you.
When I think about OSS, I imagine one word called respect. When I do OSS homework, I think we need to respect that, and I think we need to respect reading and teachers and all of our fellow students. So I think when I think about OSS, I always think the word respect. Thank you.
When I think about OSS, I could sing the word strive because all of the OSS students work very hard to improve their English skill. Thank you.
When I always think about OSS, I remember about like reading because reading is the most important thing in our English ability. So we could learn more about reading and we could do harder at reading. Thank you.
If I hear the word OSS, I think about double point and home reading because every time teachers tells us to do at least 3 hours of reading in the week, and especially on weekends, we have to read at least 5 hours a day.
When I hear the word OSS, I think of library because before dinner and assembly time, we always have to sit down and read a book, and it's like going to the library and say nothing. Thank you.
If I think about the word OSS, I feel like it's the whole different word because it's very strict, and if we don't study hard, we'll get punishment, and if we study hard, it's good for our skills. Thank you.
If you say the word OSS, I think of a subject called book because since I came to Canada, John expect us to read books and like I got the rhythm how it's fun to read a book, and so that's why I think of book when you say OSS. Thank you.
If I hear a word called OSS, I imagine the word fun because in OSS we have lots of fun in classroom and activities. So yeah, thank you.
When I think of OSS, I think of Mrs. Graham, John, and Mrs. Shen because I see them every day. And I think of books because I read them every day.
When I think about OSS, I think John and homework because John is scary teacher I've ever met, and homework is I hate homework. Thank you.
If I think OSS, I really need to read a lot of books, and I need to study hard. And I really like OSS friends and teachers, so I love to study at OSS. Thank you.
If I think of word OSS, I think of English because in here I improve many English skills.
If I think about OSS, I think of Fire Bear because John always gives us a lot of homework and then he gives us a punishment and a lot of pastime. When I say the word called OSS, I remember about my friends and teachers because I spend most of the times playing and studying with my friends and teachers.
If I think about OSS, I think about John, planner, and vocabulary because John is always punish somebody every single day, and planner is my life, and vocabulary is we can learn something and speak to each other.
When I think of OSS, I always think of planner and books because our teachers say that we have to bring planner every day, and it reminds me of books too because we always have to read books in the hallway and everywhere that we go, even when we are eating. Thank you.
When I first think about the OSS, I'll think about John because he is a good teacher to us and he taught many things about to me and I like him. Thank you.
If I think about OSS, first of all, I always think about the books and my friends because in OSS I enjoy the book a lot and in OSS I can meet my friends and I can play with my friend. So I think book and friends. Thank you.
If I think about OSS, first thing comes into my mind is planner because every single day we need to write planner and it is an important thing to do in Canada. Thank you.
If I'm thinking about OSS, then I imagine the word Fire Bear because he's the kind of boss of OSS and he always gives punishments to us. Thank you.
When I hear the word OSS, I think of a watermelon and the two worms because the letter O seems like a watermelon and the two letter SS seems like two worms. Thank you.
If I heard a word OSS, I imagine Segu teacher because I need to call to him every day. That's all. Thank you.
I think OSS is like a reading book because in OSS I read so many books because I want to improve my English skill. Thank you.
If I hear a word OSS, I can imagine a book because every day we read a book in OSS. Thank you.
If I heard a word OSS, then I imagine academy because it is kind of like a academy. We learn stuff at here and we get homework. That's all. Thank you.
If I hear the word OSS, the first thing that pop out in my mind is teachers and my friends because I always see them in OSS every day and it's fun to play with them and talk to them. Thank you.
The first thing when I think of OSS that comes into my mind is a place where the students can have bright future because in OSS you can only study. Thank you.
The first thing that comes into my mind when I think about OSS is protection and safety. Parents do not usually worry about students because teachers always take care of them. For example, they have to call their teachers when they go outside.
If I hear the word OSS, the first thing the first thing that comes to my mind is friends and teachers and study, because we always see teachers and friends and that we always have to study hard. Thank you.
What first comes to my mind when I think of OSS is friends. Because OSS keeps us from everything, include personal activity.
The first thing comes into my mind when I think of OSS is give me happy feels every day because of my friends. Thank you.
OSS is such an annoying academy that I really want to get out of because it's too strict. But I like it because it keeps us safety. I know this is a contradiction, but that's my mind. I like it. Thank you.
The first thing that comes into my mind when I think of OSS International Academy is punishment. Since OSS International Academy is the most expensive academy around here, teachers try to keep students very well apparently. So they give us a lot of punishment, awful punishments with stress if we don't do something or we do something against the rules, which the rules are very strict and very hard to keep right. So I think OSS International Academy is very helpful for students, but students never like OSS International Academy. Thank you.
All I can say about OSS is Jason. He is good teacher and he care about all of his students, including me. But the only problem is he act like he know everything, so I'm really scared of that. But still, he is one of my best teacher I ever met. Thank you, Jason.